What is going on, my friends and family, and welcome back to another video. By the end of this, you are going to be an absolute expert of vegan pro when it comes to Costco. So I'm gonna go through pretty much everything I could find at Costco, especially my favorites, and I'm gonna do a couple taste tests too, so you can get a little bit better, opinion of each thing. Without further ado, let's go on to Costco. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna taste test are these Einstein bagels. They sell them 2 for like $5 or $6, so it's really cheap. I usually have Dave's Everything bagels, so this is a little bit of a different thing, but this is the Everything one, and they have a classic one. I did one with cream cheese on it, Daya, and I also did it with a little bit of nutritional yeast, so we'll go with this first. Starting off with an absolute banger. I would give this 10 out of 10. I mean, if you've been to Einstein Bagels before, you know that they have really good bagels, but it's super thick. Got a good amount of crunch to it, but mostly I just like that it feels like a very full bagel, whereas like the Dave's Everything bagels feel a little tiny. This is really good. I would definitely give this a 9.5 out of 10. I don't know what they could do to improve it, but it's pretty much perfect. All right, next up, this is one that you might just walk by and not even know that it's there. This is the Yakisoba noodles, but it also pairs really nicely with the vegetable rolls right here. So I want to do them both at the same time. Both are vegan, but they don't say it like on the package or anything like that, so you might miss it. So first off, let's do the Yakisoba. And your boy forgot a fork, so excuse me, because I'm gonna do this. Yes, don't judge. Okay, so if you've gone vegan and you used to really like for example, Panda Express or like Pickup Sticks, you really used to love the chow mein, but then you don't eat it anymore because it has, I believe, eggs in it to bind it. This is an awesome replacement. Like, this is so close to the chow mein that I grew up with as a kid. You know, I get a little bonus vegetables in there and stuff, so that's good. It has a little bit of an oiliness to it, so you kind of feel that on your lips and your tongue, but I don't know how they could make this any better. This would be a really, really good, quick thing you microwave. I think it's 3 or 4 minutes you microwave it. Just put it in like as a side of one of your dishes. Like, that's fire. I would probably give that a 9 out of 10. It's getting high ranks. Okay, now let's move on to the little vegetable roll here. Another thing that if you used to really love egg rolls, you probably miss. So I air fried these. I feel like that's the best way to handle these little nuggets. So cheers. Yo, the crunch factor is on point. That's about to give it an extra point or two. I mean, I can't really think of anything else that would be better in it. Maybe if it was a little bigger and had more vegetables in it. But again, like a little dip with this, a little soy sauce, or maybe even a little bit of some vegan ranch. That's amazing. So I'll give that a 9 out of 10 too. I'm waiting for something to get low ranks because these are both 9 out of 10. Definitely, absolutely have to get it. Alright guys, so this is such a sweet find. 3 pounds of this is usually you find like a pound at Whole Foods or whatever, but 3 pounds of it, and me and Sammy love this. I would say this is 10 out of 10, right? 10
out of 10, yeah. It is so good, and it's only like $5.99 for this.
Yeah, there's nothing they could do that would make this better. You gotta try this. Okay, next up is Amy's Lentil, and Amy's Lentil vegetable soups. Comes in cans. I think it's like a 6 or a 12 pack in a box, I forget. But the cool thing about this is I've had Amy's soups before, and they're usually like $3.50, $4 if you buy the can individually, and that's just too much for me. But this, I think it comes out to like $1.50 a can, which is right on point for me with price. So let's try this out. Get a nice hearty spoonful. Here we go. Cheers. Okay. A little bit more natural of a flavor. I think usually soups that I have had before, chilies that come out of a can, usually are like really salty, so they immediately hit your tongue and you're like, Boom! This one has more of like a herby, earthy flavor to it. So definitely like if you don't like vegetables, you're probably not gonna like this one. It's very like subtle, very mild flavor, but definitely I like the fact that there are so many lentils in here. There's so many different vegetables, little chunks of potato I think too, which I really like potato in my soup. So you're definitely gonna get a good amount of protein from this. And it's nice to get some extra greens. Just to be like completely transparent, you know, I think it could be more flavorful if you made it a little less healthy by like, you know, increasing the sodium in it or the fat content. That being said, I think it's awesome that they don't do that because this would be a dope, you know, meal any time of the day, even if you're trying to stay on diet. I would probably give this a 7.5 out of 10. Not to say that you shouldn't try it. You might fall in love. This might be your favorite soup ever, but I'm just being completely honest. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10.
Yo, out of all the food things you can get, like a lunch or a dinner, like savory stuff, this one's so good. Saffron Road, Delhi potatoes, put this on top of some rice or put some extra beans in it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. This is another one that I would say is a 10 out of 10. You gotta try it. Also, here's a little pro tip at Costco. You gotta know the secret. If something has an asterisk on it, that means that they're not gonna restock it. So if you really like it, you have to buy as much as you can because once they sell all of it, it's never come back.
Okay, so this is the one that I'm the most skeptical about because while it is like they say it's plant-based protein and all that stuff, so I'm like, sick protein. But it is pineapple savory. And if you follow me for a long time, you know, me and pineapple and salty don't really mix. Like I'm definitely team no pineapple on my pizza. I wanna know what you guys are because I already know it's gonna spark a huge debate, but I just don't like pineapple. So I already see a couple chunks of pineapple in here, but keep an open mind and even more open mouth. Okay, let's try this. What's going on? What am I tasting? That's way different than I thought I was gonna taste. I was expecting some sort of like Hawaiian teriyaki kind of sweet thing going on. I have no idea what that flavor is that I'm tasting. Maybe my palate just isn't as like mature as I thought it was, but there's some sort of strong spice in there. Maybe it's turmeric, and it might be cumin, but it has like a lot more of a, I don't know, like I keep saying it, but like an earthy flavor to it, more so than like a bright, sweet teriyaki flavor to it. I will say though, it is better than I thought it was gonna be. Let me give it one more test. I don't know if you can see it in that spoonful, but there's like little pieces. It looks almost like TVP. I think that's probably what it is. And that's probably why they're advertising it as a plant-based protein source. So like those little pieces of ground TVP, I think are a really good mixture and additive to it. The whole dish in general kind of has an off taste to me. Then again, you know, everyone has different flavors, so someone might be like, this is 10 out of 10. And I can't really taste the pineapple, so that's not really my gripe. It's just the way that they spiced it. I would still recommend everybody to try this one. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh, that's the worst thing I've ever had. It's just got a weird flavor. And maybe if I had this, you know, another 5 or 6 times, I'd be like, oh, I'm just craving that. But honestly, I gotta be honest here, I wouldn't rate it high. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. I would bet you someone like Sammy, who likes different kind of things than I do, would probably give this higher ranks. But yeah, that's my score for this one. As I go and eat more of it though.
All right, so these are pretty cool. These are like a little like mushroom baked or lightly cooked. I don't know, some sort of snack. We got them one time and they're actually pretty good. I wouldn't give them like a 10. I'd say they're like maybe a 8, but we got turned on to these from Apples and Amanda's and she really liked them. Sam really liked these a lot. She gave them like a 10.
Yeah.
Sam loved these. Yeah, these are a really cool snack. All right, this one, guys, is like key. This is so good. A mochi that's vegan. It's such a weird texture. Like mochi's crazy good. And we hadn't tried it before, but we tried this and we were just like in love.
Yeah.
A little pro tip, throw it in the freezer. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Did you love it?
It's so good. In the freezer, oh my gosh. My favorite one is, I think it's the green tea one.
She likes the green tea one.
Or the matcha one. The matcha one. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. It's,
oh my gosh.
again, I don't give out 10 out of 10s very often, but this is 10 out of 10.
Amazing.
Okay, so the last thing that I'm gonna taste test for you guys is something sweet, because I just did a bunch of salty stuff as per my MO, but here's something sweet. So this is kind of like a replacement for a protein bar. I will say it doesn't have like the craziest macros like a protein bar. It's a little high in fat. It's 11 grams of fat. It's got 27 grams of carbs, 10 grams of sugar, and 7 grams of protein. So I know Cliff has other bars that you've probably had before, and I love them. They have more protein. This is kind of like a snack bar that has a little bit of protein in it. Basically, the whole thing is that it's filled with nut butter. They have a chocolate and a peanut butter flavor. This is the peanut butter flavor. So we're gonna try this sweet out for you. I feel like Homer Simpson. I'm like, peanut butter, donuts. So you guys, like I said before, not a huge sweets person, but this is phenomenal. I think it's not super sweet, which is why I like it. There definitely is some sweetness, but it's not like the Cliff, the chocolate bar that they have, like the chocolate mint one, where it definitely tastes like, ooh, that's some sugary chocolate. This has more of like a subtle kind of a sweetness to it. Like the outside tastes like some general granola that you're used to, and the peanut butter has a little bit of a sweetness to it, maybe more like a Reese's peanut butter type of peanut in there, instead of like a completely natural peanut butter. I'm gonna give these high scores. I'm gonna give these a 9 out of 10. I think the only thing you could do to make this better is make it less healthy. So like if you did a whole drizzle of chocolate, or if you just encapsulated the whole thing in hard chocolate, okay. But let's not get wild here. We have to also make it kind of feasible for someone to eat on a regular basis. So yeah, I would give that high ranks. I think that's really good. Okay, so now I've got a bunch of extra food to eat right now after this video, but I thought taste testing it would give it an extra element where you guys can see exactly what I think about the foods. And then, of course I wanted to show you everything that I could find too, but it definitely felt like doing a couple taste tests would be helpful. I think everything is definitely a try at least once, and then after that, obviously, there's things that you're gonna wanna repeat buy over and over and over. Now, Costco always, reflips and changes up their stock and stuff, so it's important to stock up if you see that little asterisk, because that means it's going out of stock. And also, this video is gonna have a lot of things that you'll be able to find at your Costco and some things you won't be able to find at your Costco. And I bet you have some really awesome things at your Costco that maybe I don't have at my Costco, so I couldn't cover it. So if there's anything at your Costco that you are loving that is absolutely vegan or accidentally vegan, leave it in the comments below. Everyone else can see what you like and they can find it out at their Costco too, and that's really helpful. So let me know some of your favorite vegan buys at Costco down in the comments below. And there you have it, my beautiful friends. I love to switch up the content on here because I really respect the fact that you spend your time on my channel, and I never want things to get stale or boring or anything like that. And I love doing full day eatings, but I know it's awesome to have all sorts of variety and content. I think the vegan world sometimes lacks in that variety. I think a lot of us like to do our full day eatings and our recipe videos. So I hope you enjoy all these different twists of videos that I've been doing lately. Let me know what you think about these videos I've been doing lately. And if you have any ideas for interesting things, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you guys haven't checked out my recipe book, it has some of the best vegan recipes on the planet that are mostly all high protein. So you definitely gotta check that out and find my best secrets. And of course, follow me on Instagram if you wanna see extra awesome content. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a big old thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the very next video. Team Beyond the Week.